I went inside, it's like a block of flats, and the guy was like, I was like, oh, we're the gardeners. He was like, what garden? I was like, no, yeah, fair enough. I mean, that is true. It's just a planter outside, but
Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Outside Crowd podcast. We're here today with Ryan.
Yo!
And we're very lucky to have Ollie Taylor here from Stone Cottage Gardens.
thank you.
Unfortunately, no JB today, because he's, again, gallivanting, which is, we've actually just been joking that that's a bit rich coming from me, because I'm also away a lot. But yeah, Ollie, thank you very much for coming today. If you don't mind, just tell us a bit about yourself, what you do, where you operate, and yeah, a little bit of history about yourself. That'd be great.
Cool. So, so we operate out of Sevenoaks. We're a garden maintenance firm, sort of between 5 and 6 people during the week. We're sort of on a bi-weekly rota, so during the summer we do grass cutting as sort of the bread and butter, and then in the winter we do sort of soft and hard landscaping. But yeah, getting into it, sort of where we started from, back end of the pandemic. I shot my friend Perry a message, who we used to go to school with. He was working for a gardener, again, another guy who we used to go to school with, who had horticultural knowledge, went to Hadlow College. So he'd be doing that for a few years by himself. And then things weren't really working out with where I was sort of working, that sort of thing. So, shot Perry a message. And then from there, I just said, need work. Do you know of anything? And he was like, well, yeah, actually, funnily enough, just need some bodies, really. Just need a pair of hands on couple of jobs, sort of concrete pads, that sort of thing, building barns, etc. But it sort of emerged that my friend Perry was working for a guy who was doing garden maintenance. So that's just sort of how I started, and sort of from there worked for him for sort of 2 years. Then went to a proper firm, Quite Unquite, which didn't really work out again, but I got the bug for it there. So we was working in Sevenoaks. Well, we were supposed to be working in Sevenoaks.
Yeah.
Got sent here, there, and everywhere, unfortunately. But yeah, we knew the area very well. From growing up there and sort of working in there previously, we know where the big money is, where the houses are, and that sort of thing. But yeah, we took redundancy from there. Bought a little Vauxhall combo van, little old postman's van.
Oh, cool.
Start.
Yeah, second-hand mower from down the Headcorn Mowers, and then just sort of went off from there. Really borrowed bits. Second-hand shops, like...
That's where we all started, man.
Everything, yeah. I mean, we've still got most of the stuff that from that time anyway. It still works, still goes strong,
And so how long have you been going for?
So just over 2 years. So we started in May, about 2 years ago. So yeah, just
over 2 years. Okay, cool. And so it's predominantly garden maintenance?
Yeah, garden maintenance usually... Well, I mean, the larger the house, the more maintenance there is, I guess. I mean, if there's projects added onto it, then... we build those and maintain those as well. So, yeah, we do a whole range of things, really.
Okay, cool. And so you mentioned you did a few other little bits, but have you mainly done garden maintenance your entire working life? Or
So, for me, I've done a bit of a hodgepodge of things, really, from sort of, when I was a teenager, kitchen portering. When I went to uni, I did strength and conditioning, so I've got a degree in that. Not that it's really
a degree?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, nice, man.
I mean, it's a third we got there, but it's a degree nonetheless. But coming back from uni, did PT sort of work in like a health club. Then I went up to London, did the whole sports science sort of thing. Tried to follow that sort of traditional route without sort of going into like sports teams and that sort of thing. And then from there, the sort of pandemic hit, and not really much need for someone with a hyperbaric chamber when there's no trains running, or there's the streets of London are dead. So sort of got out of there, and then I was driving an ambulance for a bit. So I was doing like patient transport, that sort of thing. So people who need sort of like dialysis and chemo, that sort of thing, just a glorified taxi, really. But at the end of the day, it was. Felt like you were doing good, especially sort of during the pandemic.
Yeah, absolutely.
That sort of time.
I tell you, good man.
But yeah, I mean, that sort of run its course as well. I was like, well, I don't really want to do this forever. And I was asking my dad, I was like, can I work for you for a bit? And then again, that ran its course as well. But yeah, messaged my mate Perry, and then we was working together for a while, and went to the other job, like the newer sort of gardening job after sort of being self-employed. And then, we're running this since then.
You haven't looked back.
Yeah,
so have you done any training in horticulture?
No, so we're self-taught, as it were. But I mean, grafting since day one, really. I mean, I've had plenty of sort of people who have sort of helped us out during the way and that sort of thing. So learned from plenty of good gardeners. So,
Yeah, sure.
It's helped.
And so the business is made up of you and who else?
So it's myself, then there's Perry, who I mentioned, and then there's a guy, Ed, and then Max as well. And then we've got 2 other people sort of work periodically for us.
Okay, cool. And so do you have like an equal share in the...
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's 4 of you who own the business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you don't mind, we can have a chat about that
Yeah,
because
of course,
obviously me and Ryan are both like we own the company
They're
ourselves.
kings.
They're kings.
King of Castle,
And that's something that I find quite interesting.
yeah.
Is like what is it like having business partners? How does it help, and what are the negatives that come out of it? Because I'm sure there's people listening that have that or want to start a business. Do I start up? Because if you ask someone who does it on their own, they're like quite often what they miss is, and which is what we find really helpful with having JB or each other or this podcast is the ability to be able to chat to each other about the business market. Just struggles you're having, and to realise
you can lean on a few people, I mean, having a few people with you. I mean, there's times where I've lent on you, you've lent on me, but I guess if we were in house together, you could be like, can you take the slack of this?
It's very different because obviously as much as I'm invested in you, I'm not invested in your business.
No, that's
in a way,
no,
I'm not financially tied to it.
No, that's
so
it.
if you don't mind going through how is that, has it been smooth sailing or has it been bumpy, or what does it mean to you basically?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's the ups and downs, but I think overall it's been more of a positive than a negative. I mean, as you say, you can lean on people. I mean, if you need to leave early one day, or if, let's say, I don't know, you're going somewhere and you need someone to cover you for an extra couple of hours or something, I mean, it's quite sort of interchangeable. And I mean, all our clients sort of know all our faces because we've all sort of, one of us has done the quote there, and then, let's say, it might not have been us, the person who's done the quote who's gone to the job, that sort of thing, but... No, I mean, we all meet in the morning. We're all at the yard in the morning. Everyone sees each other. We go, what do you need? Do you need this? Do you need that? No, I need that. No, I need that. Usually,
holding on to the same blower.
Yeah,
No.
pretty much. It's usually, at this time of year, it's the hedge cutters. I mean, batteries just seem to be disappearing into vans, and it's just like, oh well, I guess I'm using the petrol today. But it gets
shears.
Yeah, sharpen your shears. But I mean, it helps a lot in terms of like. Going and doing jobs, that sort of thing. Because I mean, if let's say we need to really blitz somewhere, we can get 2 people in and we can leave someone where they are. So if they was going to have half a day doing one job with someone else, they can be there all day, sort of thing. So,
is there like, it's because it's what I like. I suppose it's in terms of business. So 2 years, it's fairly early doors. What is there like set roles between you? Like, is there someone who does all the admin? Is there someone who does?
Yeah. So I mean. My friend Ed, he mainly does the financials of things. He does the invoicing at the end of the day, all that sort of thing. I mean, myself, I do all the marketing. I don't know if you want to call social media marketing.
Well,
I mean, I'm sitting on my phone for an hour at the end of the day and
it's marketing,
do all the editing, that sort of thing. And then we've all got our sort of like our horticultural sort of background is like what we want to do. So I mean, whether it's lawns or whether it's topiary or planting or advising on sort of hard landscaping or anything really. I mean, we all sort of have a broad understanding of sort of what we're doing, and if someone needs a hand, we're always at the end of the phone. So
cool.
Yeah.
And it's if you take on the marketing, what marketing is your company doing at the moment?
Well, what marketing am I doing? Making reels on Instagram, I guess.
You best not be listening to this, you beg.
Social media.
Social media, yeah. I guess a lot of it is social media. I mean, we run Google ads with varying success. I mean, if they're targeted, you've got to buy words and all that sort of jargon, that sort of thing. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I mean, leafleting is massive for us. I mean, word of mouth. I mean, I'm sure you guys are the same. But I mean, mainly in terms of traditional marketing and getting it out there to sort of people's phones, I guess. It's mainly sort of social media,
yeah.
How have you found the Google ads?
Indecisive on sort of their way of actually helping us, really. I mean, they haven't really done a lot for us, but I mean, I don't know if that's because we haven't put enough money into it, if we haven't done the right thing.
You want to speak to this man.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lottery, but I mean, we find that we've got enough work as it is, but if the extra was to be there, then we can sort of think, oh, maybe we need an extra person this day because we've got this run of work that's come through. But,
yeah, sure. So when I did garden maintenance for years, like that was kind of like where I started.
Yeah.
And obviously it's very...
You should have stayed there, to be honest with you.
When I started, I was working for like a young business. And I remember like pretty much all of January we wouldn't work.
Okay.
Which at the time I was young and that was
Yeah, great.
amazing. I absolutely loved it. Like it was just
It was raining outside. I stayed indoors.
It was obviously nice. Like we did a few days here and there, and especially not over Christmas. But I would either go away or like spending time catching up with mates, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you find that you're a lot drier, or is there other things that you're doing over winter?
So I mean, we work literally throughout the year. I mean, we take a week and a half off over Christmas, sort of between the sort of Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
Usually come back like the 2nd or the 3rd of January, that sort of thing. But the work that we do sort of big country estates, that sort of thing. So whether the grass is growing or it's not, there's always sort of something to do. There's compost space to turn over, or the person who owns the house wants this done in that sort of corner, or there's stuff to be burnt, or there's a path to be put down. And we've got quite a lot of creativity and sort of what we do in the spaces that we work, which we're quite lucky.
Scheme.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. We've got to make work for ourselves. So I mean, having ideas that you can sort of tell the customer about, and they go, "Oh yeah, no, it's good," and then it gives you a day's work. Let's say if it is raining or whatever, you can just sort of stick your headphones in and put some bark on the floor, because you're not going to be messing up the ground too much.
But it does make a massive difference. I think that's the difference between maintenance and maintenance. Having those little, it's all the little things.
Yeah,
as much as we saying giving ideas, it's like yes, because you're right. When it's raining, what can you do and how can you do it? But I bet each corner of that place is looking smart. It isn't just the mow and blow. It isn't just the beds in the main area. Yeah. You've got everywhere sorted, because you know that these places can be, like I said, in the winter you can trample that area because you put bark down. It's not going to be seen in the main house, but when it comes in the spring, it's done. Yeah. When so it's
you set yourself up for a sort of an easy few months in the months coming. Don't
well,
you?
Prior preparation and planning. That's right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I always found that like in the winter there was customers, because before I went to fill into tree surgery, we were still doing like a lot of gardening work. Yeah. And I always found like that you have customers that are very, very much into their garden, and they want you, taking out dahlias, putting them upside down, washing them off with a hose over the winter to stop them getting frostburn, frostbite. And then you've got people who go, right, once it gets to November, we don't want you here anymore, and then you start again in the spring. So I suppose, it's a way of managing those clients. But so at the moment, so there's 4 of you, and you have a few people who come and help you.
Yeah.
What kind of size? Do you have a vision, like over the next 5 years, of where you want your company to be?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, personally, I'd like it so that there's sort of 4 teams, sort of two in each team, and sort of one of each 4 of us is sort of managing that team, I guess. So whether it's just sort of one team who goes out and does commercial, and then one that's residential, and one that does the country estates and that sort of thing, we're sort of diversifying into sort of how we can sort of fill the gaps, as it were. But
cover the whole area.
Definitely. I mean, we, like I said before, we used to work for a company that did just commercial work. I mean, we was in the middle of Croydon and going to West Wickham and Reading, and it's just like, it's not enjoyable for me. So why would I want to send someone else doing that? I mean, if we can get stuff that's quote unquote commercial, that's easy to do, and people sort of see the difference, then it's good to go into that. But we do sort of quite a lot of sort of private work, I'd say. So sort of trying to get a mix of everything sort of going forwards, really, I guess. Yeah,
sure. I mean, contracts are, for workload, it helps massively, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what I'm always trying to look into. I mean, it's quite different with tree work, because it comes with a whole load of legislation and paperwork and stuff. I mean, it's slightly different, I think, probably for maintenance. They probably get you litter picking as well and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, it's not, in my eyes, it wasn't really gardening, you know what I mean? Yeah. I've been I was brought into the last company to be a gardener within Kent, within these sort of these bigger grounds, and where we'd sort of been, I don't know if we'd been spoilt, like where we'd working before, like we worked before, because we knew the standard of sort of where it could be. And I'm just like, I'm sitting in a car park and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I know where I can be, and I know what we can be doing. So it's just, the light bulb sort of turn on.
It's always good to see, though, isn't it? It's always good to see.
Oh yeah, definitely. What you don't want to do.
Well, yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, if you're going to get out in the pissing rain, you best want to do it. Like, you best want to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
We turned up to one of the jobs, and I went inside. It's like a block of flats, and the guy was like, "Oh, we're the gardeners." He was like, "What garden?" And I was like, "No, yeah, fair enough. I mean, that is true. It's just a planter outside, but I have got a load of geraniums that do need to go in here. So if you give me half an hour, I'll get rid of the bags and the drug dealer's phone out of out of there, and I will put some stuff in there. It will look nice for a bit, but when there's dogs trampling in there and there's sort of no respect of it, it's just like, oh well, why am I doing it?
It's hard,
you know what I mean?
Degrading is hard.
Yeah, dog poo. I mean, when I used to garden, my hands were like magnets for dog poo. I have no idea why. And unequivocally, every time I would put my hand in poo, and it was just like, and then I'm forever smelling it because
Oh, the worst thing is with the mower, it's just you keep smelling it.
Oh yeah, if you go over
the
it.
Strimmer's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the strimmer.
Yeah.
It's the strimmer.
Yeah.
You got to know where you're angling it.
Yeah, you're away.
Yeah,
That's what,
That way,
Or just
somewhere.
round it. Just grass.
Oh no, I do. I'd purposely, if some people just keep on leaving, I just keep going round. It's like, there's a big tuft there. I'm like, yeah, there will be.
it'll
there's
grow better
shit
next
there.
year. I'll tell you.
it will.
Green.
I'm sorry, I'm not putting my £1,000 lawnmower through.
What, in the back of the van?
Yeah, and then
exactly.
in the van, you've got to be in it all day. I mean,
clean it and
I can smell it now. That's what we talking about. I can smell it now.
yeah.
Jeez.
we always just do
horrible.
like a little. If there's loads of dog poo and the customer's in, we always say, "Could you mind sorting out the dog poo before we?"
I mean,
begin?"
most people are very good, but if there's one or two and it's been there a while, I'm just like, can you? Come on, please. I'm here literally every Thursday, or I'm here every week. Like, you know the drill by now. If I don't text you, I'm always going to be here. Unless I tell you otherwise, basically. So
I suppose that's also a good point, because if you've got like a lot of repeat customers. That also again is probably really helpful. It's quite different to our businesses in the fact that Ryan, fair enough, he gets a big project, you're there for a while, but you can have that thing year on year when you're back, because I suppose once you've mowed the grass, it's back to where it was in 2 weeks, and then once you've weeded the beds, it's back to in the right time of year, it's back to where it was. So that's as long as you're keeping up the standards and they like you, then
exactly. It's sort of Groundhog Day to a degree, but if it's a nice standard, then people appreciate that, because they go out there on a Saturday, and when the sun is shining in England, they do want to appreciate their garden. They have a party or they have friends over, and just like, oh yeah, look, it looks nice. You know what I mean? It's more than just, like you say, trim, mow, blow, and sort of go.
I think that it's interesting though, keeping that high standard of gardening, of the mower, as much as it is the grass, keeping that high standard means that once you're done all that, you can go, well, hang on, let's move that bed.
Exactly.
Let's change that. Let's do a bit of interest in the garden. It's not hard to do, if you know what I mean.
No.
Once you keep that standard, then you can go. If you're chasing that standard, and then it's a big difference. But I know what you mean. It's nice.
And once you've got to that standard, you need to keep it there, because otherwise people sort of notice when you drop off. And I mean, if you set too high a standard, then you've got to keep it, haven't you?
That's it.
You do yourself out of work if you don't.
Yeah, that's it.
I wanted to ask you what how you feel about running a business now, and the transition from going from being an employee or being a subcontractor into doing what you do now. Have you found it difficult? What kind of challenges have you come up against? And are you enjoying it, I guess?
No, I mean, I enjoy every day, really, whether it's raining or snowing. I like working outdoors, I like getting my hands dirty, and the business side of things, like admin and all the rest of it. I mean, it comes with it, doesn't it? So, I mean, from sort of going from being employed to sort of having to do the little extra things like the marketing or the leafleting, or just even just knocking on doors, that sort of thing. Like, it's completely different from when you're a PAYE and you get your tax paid and your national insurance. It's all sort of encompassed within your wage. You've got to go out and earn it, haven't you? So I mean, I enjoy the challenge at the same time as sort of just not. I don't want to sit still, because otherwise I know that there's other people around there who are doing the same thing as me. The area that we work in, it's got predominantly lots of big gardens, lots of gardeners, tree surgeons, lots of people in horticulture. So if you're not doing anything, you've just sort of going to be left behind, aren't you? So you need to get out there and do it. And I enjoy it. So it's good.
Yeah. But so I mean, have you found it fairly plain sailing so far? Quite easy to get work and transition?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the transition, I mean, as I said before, we knew the area that we were working in. We lived there literally. Most of it, I was in from secondary school until I went to uni in Sevenoaks. So I mean, we know the big areas and all the rest of it. So we knew where to go and what roads to walk down. And we, as I said again previously, I had a really good sort of mentor in my friend Stefan, who is a sort of a personal gardener, I guess. He works at one house literally all week. So from seeing him and sort of the standard that he's setting.
Wow, but that'd be good.
When the leaves are dropping, there's none on the floor. I don't understand it.
It's like underneath and blown on.
Yeah, literally.
Dogs and neighbours.
He set such a high standard. Then we've gone from there, and we're like, well, this is how we've got to keep it. There's not a weed on the floor. There's the grass is mown twice a week, and when you see someone work that hard and sort of is as good as they are, and they've been there, but been self-employed, they've done this, they've done that, they're sort of settled in a role. Yeah, you might not want to do certain things sometimes, but he does it to the best he can. And
that's great.
Honestly, I couldn't have asked for someone better to go and work with, like, as I sort of joined that company. So, I mean, he was probably the biggest help in sort of setting things up. He's always, he gave us a blower to start with.
Good lad.
And everything, you know what I mean? Like a big strimmer, like he'd not asked for anything back. And those sort of people, like, I think tend to a penny, aren't they? So
those
people like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think, throughout your like career, you come across these people who are like, they're like little mentors, you know? And I've met several people like that, and they're normally people who are so like invested in what they do, and they're just like experts beyond. And like, there's this woman I used to work with called Bonnie, and she was had a company called Lamont and Lawrence, and I've just never met anyone who had the most like incredible plant knowledge. Like, I could pull a plant out of anywhere or show it to her on her phone, and she would just know it like that. And you're constantly learning, and like this, where things should be, what time of year they're doing things,
100%.
or they've got a gorgeous smell or interest at this time of year.
Yeah.
And that is just like, when you see someone who is so like the expertise, you're like, that is amazing, and you need to pick that up. I mean, some people waste that opportunity.
Yeah, it's not about like planting something for now. It's what's it going to look like in 6 months, a year's time. How's it going to grow? How's it going to fit into the space? I mean, the houses that we work in, we're quite lucky in the fact that they do want to spend money on their garden. So if you've got a good planting scheme, and it's not just for now, it's for 2, 3, 4, 5 years time.
We've said that a lot.
It's they can see a vision, and they're like, well, I mean, these people are going to stick around for a bit. We're not just here to mow the grass and just sort of twiddle about a bit or pick up some twigs. It's just like, we've got a vision of what we want to do for you. And people, like I say, like Stefan, who have helped me with that, it's just sort of, it's invaluable, really, isn't it? So,
and I think you put something in knowing, you think, oh God, I can't wait to see that in 3 years' time. It's sort of peace in the garden, absolutely.
So you do some soft landscaping as well, then?
Yeah.
So you're doing like planting schemes and things like that?
Yeah, we do garden design, planting schemes, we do wildflower meadows for people, all that sort of jazz. So, if you've got a rubbish bit of land, let me know and I'll stick some seeds in it.
Charge you like a wounded bull.
Try and make it look pretty in a month or two, and look, it's coming up. It is, I swear. It's not just a weed. I'll tell you when it is and when it's not. But no, I love
it. I do like a lot of the meadow grass. It's got the how it's come in. That bit of plot of land that everyone just mowed. It's like, come on.
No, and you can do a lot with it as well. I mean, you can mow paths in there.
But imagine sitting there with a book in the middle of it. Sorry, you know what I mean? That is just.
We've got a client up in Chelsfield. They had a big oak tree come down, and they had it logged up, and then we've sort of made benches out of it, and we've stuck apple trees and fruit trees, like all different things, just to have a bit of interest. So there's sort of a place down the bottom for composting, and there's everything's got a place. You know what I mean? It looks like it's always been there.
That's it. Grew there.
We put it there. You know what I mean? It looks like it should have been there in the first place. So
delighted.
It's mixing sort of like the sort of the finer stuff with the. Not the rougher stuff, but the stuff that softens the edges, Different things.
It's a nice thing to do. I mean, I was having this conversation today with one of my customers, is that, I don't know if you find this as well, it's probably more prevalent in gardening, but like, if there's a bit of a shitty part of the garden, and I'm like, look, just rip it out and we'll replant something in there, like either a tree or some shrubs, and they're like, oh, I don't know, it's going to leave a big hole or whatever. But I'm like, look, unless you do it now, in 5 years' time, it's going to get worse and worse and worse, and you wish you would have done something 5 years ago.
You're just maintaining an issue.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not really fixing an area.
And not only that, like so for that, it's how many times someone goes, oh, I hate that bit of the garden, and they look away from it. And I'm like, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make sure when you have guests, you're going to point at it.
Yeah,
because instead of going, let's cover it up, it's like you said, let's take it out, put something there. So you come around the corner, and go, look at the corner that you've hated for the last 5 years.
Make it a focal point.
Yeah,
exactly.
You completely change it.
Yeah, whether it's a statue, a water feature, or anything, just to sort of draw your eye over to the area that you don't really use.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, sure.
It's your garden. You might as well take pride in it,
Yeah, it's like with sometimes we're like forever reducing a hedge, like year after year. They're like, oh, we just want it down a bit more. Like, there's literally, it's wider than it is tall now, and they're just like, why don't you take it out and put something else nice in? I know it's expensive, but the last 4 years you've spent us to come here for a day and do that, you would have had a new hedge planted by now. And then also it would have been 5 years old and looking really good. I just wanted to have a chat with you as well about the competitiveness of garden maintenance. I'm forever hearing that they're like rocking horse shit, for want of a better saying, that you can't find a something to go garden maintenance. And I hear that all the time, like, oh, do you know any garden maintenance people? And I hand names out, but everyone's really busy. Yes. You know, like, so I feel like there's more work than there is supply. So
I'd say
I don't know.
so, yeah. I mean, there's definitely more grass than one person can cut, that's for sure. So I mean, at the end of the day, there's lots of people trying to do it, but whether or not you're not that you're good at it or you're bad at it, I mean, if you're good, you'll stay with that job. But yeah, there's I don't know, yeah, there's lots of people who need gardeners, but maybe they just need a grass cut because they've got people coming around at the weekend, and it doesn't really follow on from there. I mean, the repetitiveness of our job is sort of, I don't know, we need the bigger spaces to sort of make that impact, but I mean, we can't cut any grass, you know what I mean? I mean, doesn't matter how big or small the lawn is. I mean, someone's going to do it. It might as well be us, you know?
Yeah.
So there's lots of people out there, but I mean, like you say, everyone's sort of busy with their own sort of how they format their work. I mean, we do a bi-weekly rota, so some people it's every other week, some people it's weekly. So I mean, the people who are weekly, they take priority every other week. We fit them into the gaps, and we sort of filled up our calendar sort of doing it like that, really. But
yeah. And so you don't feel like you're constantly having to push for work, or?
No, I mean, we're always trying to push for work. I mean, there's always better work out there. There's always jobs that you don't like and maybe you perhaps want to sort of not get rid of, but sort of give to a team that will just do that, so we can sort of get on with the nicer stuff, if you will. I mean, we don't want to work. Yeah. I mean, that's what we're trying to push for at the end of the day. We want to sort of get into that market, if you will, that sort of space.
It's a target market, and the thing is being able to, like you said, I think I can relate to that in the fact that when it's like, can I have just patio? Can you put patio? It's like, well, no, I don't just lay patios. I'm a landscaper. I want to create the beds. I want to create a garden. So as much as they used to be where I started, okay, yeah, we'll put you a patio and a bit of grass, sure, that's just what you wanted, fine, but we want to go for the high end because we love our jobs, we love detail, so we want to have, and the thing is, putting a price in for someone who just wants patio with all the detail, and they go, well, I'm never going to use you because you're expensive. It's like, I want that client that says, here, go, do what you tell, show me.
We're quite lucky with that. I mean, all the spaces that we work in, we just sort of are left to get on with it. You know what I mean? I mean, when people do come up to us, it's like, oh, we like to do this ourselves. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. I'll go to somewhere else in the 3-acre garden. It's not really a problem. Whereas if I'm going to, let's say, someone with just a lawn to cut, it's just like, well, I've been here half an hour. I can't really charge a full hour. It's just like, it just gets you get a moral quandary with yourself. It's like, I can't really charge you X amount because I haven't really done this and I haven't done that. But I know in this bigger place I can get lost in it. I can do one thing at a time. It gets done, and then we move on to the next thing, and we maintain it as we go.
Yeah, lovely.
But yeah, the higher end spaces, if you will, sort of 2-3 acres sort of property and above is sort of where we want to be, I guess. But as I say, we're not averse to cutting grass anywhere or mowing anything, or just small gardens, big gardens, any gardens.
I guess also, you said earlier we'd rather do it, and I'm the same, go and look at like small fencing jobs or anything like that. It's like, yes, we don't forget where we came from.
Yeah.
We will quote for them, sure. Our overheads might be a bit more expensive than somebody else's overhead, sure, but as long as someone's getting it done right. So, so setting up the team, like you said, having another team doing those little ones, not a problem. There's a team that, there's a chap who says, do you know what, I love sticking my music on and cutting grass.
Exactly.
There he is, and then you're set in your other role, but at least it's under your umbrella. So 100%. Those little ones still getting looked after.
Yeah, we know where people are. We know if Doris needs her grass cut on a Thursday, there's going to be someone about to do it. And that's not a bad thing, because like you say, we could have 4 or 5 down that road. So it makes life a bit easier. You just got to coordinate yourself and make sure if you are running about in the day, it's sort of, you're in one area, you're not going from here to here and here to here, because you lose time, you lose money, and you know what I mean?
I know that one, I used to have maintenance myself, we were the mow and blow, mind you, but that was only because the gardens we did, people liked doing their gardens, but but by the time they cut the grass on Saturday, they couldn't do their beds, which they wanted to do. So I set the company up going, we'll just do grass. That's all we do. So with those clients, we turn up, we move everything, everything that's on the grass, we move it out, take a picture first, move all the tables and chairs, cut everything, but exactly back where it was. That's what we used to do. So we used to come in and nothing would move. So they go, I can't believe it. It's just the grass just disappeared. It's like, we'd never, that's what our main focus was. But it was the driving. Trying to do your route.
Yeah, it's different, isn't it? Because like if you see those lawn management companies in America.
Yes,
and they are just going down a massive street, and they've just got those sit-on zero-turn mowers, and they're sucking it up with the thing at the side of the road, and that is a different business. In England, you can't do that. You've got to take it out. You've got to go around their tiny little things.
You could have done steps.
I remember when there was a few jobs I did, and there'd be like two of us carrying this ridiculous aluminium body hater down stairs like that, and then just to do someone's fucking
hater. What are you running?
Well, hater.
Are you?
So we've got a hater
56 Pro.
We've got a 48 Pro. We've got 2 Shanks as well. We've got a Toro Time Master. We've got quite a few.
What's wrong? What's happened with the Hondas?
I mean, it's a Honda engine. They're all Honda engines. I mean, I won't run like a Briggs & Stratton, like a newer one. I don't really get on with it. I know the Honda engines are good. I know the parts are there if we need them. If we go to, let's say, a mowing sort of manufacturer, that sort of thing, we know we can get the parts easy. If it's like we've had older mowers and it's hard to get parts for them and it takes a while for them to get fixed, and when you do get them back, they're sort of, I don't know, they're slower than they were, or the parts break quickly. We use what was it, 7.6C or something? What a 5.7? I can't remember what the one that is.
5.7,
a 5.37 or 5.36. I can't remember. A Honda engine, a Honda rear roller.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
All our mowers have got rear rollers on them.
Yeah,
you got to, mate. You have to.
Everyone
wants to see the stripe. There's no point doing it.
No, to be honest with you, I mean, I like the Toro, but I need to put a brush kit on it. Otherwise, it's not really doing much for me. I mean, it does cut the grass. It's got 2 decks on it.
They're big, aren't they?
Yeah, it cuts the time down by a significant amount. But for me, I'm just like, it needs to look like Wembley, or I haven't been here. That's what I sort of started when I did start. I loved just cutting grass and getting to know how to do that, and it's sort of the first thing you sort of do, isn't it? I guess mowing, trimming, and blowing, that sort of thing. You learn how to do that, and then you get into the finer things. But I love sort of doing different shapes, different styles, that sort of thing. I love it.
So we are coming to the end of the time now, but I've got a question which I'd like to ask you.
Please.
So being where you are now, 2 years, 2 years on from when you first started, do you have any advice for people who haven't got a business yet but are thinking about it?
Just do it.
Nice.
Just do it.
That didn't take bloody much, did it? You didn't take a breath in. Fair play.
Do it, or you don't want. Or if you don't want to do it, you're never going to do it. I mean, for me, it was, I don't know, sort of out of necessity, I guess. I mean, I've got 2 kids. I need to work. You know what I mean? And I liked what I was doing before. It just wasn't the right fit for me. But if you are in that position where you have an understanding of what you're doing, and you go, I can do this. Like, it's not rocket science, is it? Cutting grass. If you can walk in a straight line, and you can clear up after yourself, and like you say, you look like you haven't been there, then to most people you've done a good job. But I mean, just do it, really. I mean, there's probably more pros than there are cons to sort of going out and doing it yourself, if you are obviously that way inclined to sort of be self-motivated and want to go and do things. But I'd just say do it, really.
Cool. I'm going to ask the same question to you as well, right?
What's that, matey?
Like, looking back now,
what would I
to someone who is thinking about starting, who hasn't?
I think it resonated with me because I remember driving. I was over in Surrey, and I remember driving back from somewhere. I was working with someone, and the day went a bit awry just because the organisation and stuff. And I remember just going down the road because I was the mower blower, and I was like, right, well, I've done my carpentry. I know how to do the fencing. These guys really pissed me off. Yeah. I remember driving down the road. I was just like, I'm going to do it. Yeah. I'm going to do this. Yeah. And it was just by the time I got to the end of the road, I was like, that's it. I'm going to start a company. I did. And it was, and I haven't looked back. I haven't, because it was just like, now, do it now. You've got this. What are you going? Yeah. And I was like, if I don't know it, I'll find it. And it's like going to YT. YouTube. It's like once you find a few things on YouTube and work yourself out, you go, oh. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. It just clarifies what you were thinking in the first place. Yeah,
so similar. Just get on and do it.
Go.
My advice is don't fucking do it. Get a job that pays you monthly. No, I'm joking.
You looking for lads, are you?
I'm very much in agreement with you. It's like, you can. Yeah, it's a big jump, isn't it? And there's a lot of worry behind it. What if I don't have work? What if I get finance? I can't pay for it. There's all this sort of things. But if, as you said, like if you're self motivated, you can find work and you can get on with it, and you're competent and you're good at what you do. Then the work will come to you, and there'll be hard times, but you'll figure it out. If you're industrious and you can work around things, then you'll be fine. Yeah. And if you're good at your job in the first place, and you actually don't mind putting yourself through a bit of stress. Crack on and get on with it.
Plenty of stress.
That's the thing.
You've still got your ear.
As well.
He's only 2 years in.
Yeah, that's it.
2 more years and that's it. He's gone. So yeah, thank you very much for coming on, Ollie. I appreciate that.
Appreciate it, guys.
Where can we find you? Where can people get in touch with you?
Instagram, I guess, is a good one. I mean, TikTok, if you're that way inclined as well. I mean, Stone Cottage Garden Care on both of those. I mean, yeah, I try and post sort of morning and evening, sort of twice a day. If I can, I mean, 3 times if you're lucky, but just however long it takes me to sort of get through the videos that I've taken within the day, really. So
cool. And what's your website?
stonecottagegardencare.co.uk.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, if you want to find Ollie and his team, go look on there. Yeah. So yeah, thanks very much, Ollie, and thanks very much, Ryan.
Cheers.
And we'll see you next time on the Outside Crowd podcast. Thank you very much.